This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
We also want to mention for Petoskey, Spatafor definitely leading all scorers here tonight. He has 15 points. Rodriguez with 8. And it looks like we are almost ready to start the fourth quarter here.
While we get started, we did have a sub in the 6th grade.
Yes, who was our missing player, Jason?
Well, Makai Bird did not make it tonight, but he was replaced by a really nice kid, Kyle Ross, who's on the 5th grade team. So there's some games tomorrow here in Cadillac. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Boys play here tomorrow. The 3rd and 4th, I believe 5th and 6th grade girls all play over in Lake City. So lots of youth basketball going on.
Petoskey starts with the ball this quarter and a 4-point lead. Patiently looking for things. Coming up a little short. Nice job by the Vikings. That point is not a single Petoskey player even close to the rebound, and they come back. They run out a 1-2 set. Raphael penetrates, finds Mickelson, and he finds Runstrom, who gets a wide open 3. Just kind of faded away a little bit on that shot. Not his normal looking one. We've seen the Vikings rely on the 3, and they have not made many of them here in the second half. We have a timeout on the loose ball right there, called by the Petoskey coaching staff. Jason, while we're in timeout, why don't you tell people about some DVDs, especially our 6th grade parents that might want to order one up?
Yeah, they did film the middle part there, so if they want one today, it'd be the Petoskey game is a good one. If you'd like to order a DVD, they are available at cctv-cadillac.org or at mynews26.com. The phone number is 577-1844. You can order a single game or pre-order a box set of the girls basketball, boys basketball, and hockey are all available. They are also available for Cadillac, Lake City, McBain, Mesick, and Manton games. DVD orders support the cost of equipment, professional supervision of the students, and all sports are produced with cooperation between the Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, CCTV, and My News 26.
All right, Petoskey comes out of the timeout with the ball. Vikings go back to their man defense, almost turning it over right there. Cale Mickelson got his hand on that. Keaton Walker with the ball up there. Picks up his dribble. Spatafor now.
Petoskey kind of running a 1-4 set, looking for Spatafor to set some big screens.
You know, that's probably the right call there as Walker goes to the basket. Runstrom definitely a set, but Walker kind of slid inside of him just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, both coaches, one of them's not going to be happy.
Yes.
And it's a tough call, but you got to make some call, like we said earlier.
Walker has not been to the line yet tonight, but he looked like he's been there his whole life as he drains that one and gets the second. 37-32 Petoskey. Our sponsors tonight, Cadillac Tire, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Pizza Plus, and our presenting sponsor, Cadillac Casting. Thank you to those 4 area businesses. We appreciate all that you've done. If you want to join that group, you can give the station a call at 577-1844, and we'd love to have you aboard as we cover a lot of high school boys and girls basketball and hockey here in Cadillac also. Raphael with the ball. He finds Baker. Baker penetrates. Misses that, but the Vikings keep it under control.
You know, it's been a pretty fast game, Dan, and it's been low scoring. There's been a lot of up and down. Not a ton of fouls, but we're going to get a jump ball right here.
Yep, and that'll go to the Vikings this time. This might be the biggest lead we've seen in the game tonight, Jason. Just 6
right,
points,
yeah, 6 points
for either team. Raphael gathers himself just a little bit off on that shot.
Cadillac's had 2 or 3 of those. They've kind of forced up, but they've got up okay, but they're just not able to finish.
Little hesitation right there, and Spatafor uses it, kicks it off the glass, give Petoskey an 8-point lead.
Yep, Cadillac needs to be careful not to let this thing get out of hand here and get some good looks on offense. Evan Bohr is going to set to check back in for the Vikings.
Vikings a little bit standing still in their offensive flow. And we see a big three-pointer and a timeout out of that to cut the lead just to 5.
Those always help.
That does, doesn't it?
And
That's the one thing that Cadillac probably has over every opponent that we'll see this year is they got a lot of guys that can light it up from outside.
And Kale's had a couple big ones tonight, a little deeper on a couple of them, and they've come at some pretty crucial times for the Vikings.
So, let's talk about where these two teams head after tonight, Jason.
So Cadillac is actually going to go to Benzie Central next Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
And then they have just one game that week, and then the following Tuesday they host McBain. In terms
that
of
McBain game, we want to remind everybody, is the Coaches versus Cancer game here at Cadillac.
Yep, and that's on the 22nd, starting at 7 o'clock. Petoskey, on the other hand, travels to Sheboygan on Tuesday, and then on Thursday they're going to play a tough opponent in TC West at home. So
at that point in the year, next week, and Petoskey's going to have 3 or 4 games up played, that is, on the Vikings.
Yep.
Their schedule will get a little slighter towards the end of the year.
Yep.
The Vikings may not have that much of a break.
And Alpena is leading the conference right now. I believe they're 7-1 overall before tonight.
Walker with the ball, finds Spatafor. Mickelson's hounding him. Screened up top by McCloskey. That's probably not the shot that they want out of that, but it is the back of the net for Spurgeon.
That was a tough shot, kind of faded back a little bit.
Back to a 7-point lead. Baker has a wide open lane to the basket. It's closed pretty good in there, but he's so tough inside. Saw that, put her in, nice basket, tip.
So Cadillac's down 5 with about 4:30 left, and this is crunch time for them. They need to kind of make a little run here on defense anyway.
Backdoor cut right there. Nice cut right there. Keaton Walker, 2 more points for him. That'll give him
number 10,
unofficially, I think, 7 for the game.
Yep, number 10, Keaton Walker is going to get a foul on that, reaching in on Charlie Runstrom, which is Petoskey's 5th foul.
Yeah, 5th team foul. Only 4 for the Vikings here. Both teams have played good, hard, clean man-to-man defense here tonight. Mickelson sets a screen. Baker uses it, kicks it over. Oh, that looked good all the way, Jason.
Yep, that's one Evan would like to have back, I'm sure. That would have put the Vikings only down 4. But
I'm sure and the coaching staff, that's a shot there like, oh, yeah, we want that.
So Rodriguez is checking back in. He comes in for number 32, which is McCloskey.
Charlie Runstrom picked up his 3rd foul right there, and that's not a bad foul. The Vikings only have 5 team fouls. Petoskey's so patient on offense. It's probably going to be 30 seconds before we see them shoot, maybe more here.
Yeah, and Cadillac can't run their zone that they like right here because Petoskey will take a minute and a half off the clock.
Blocked from behind, but getting his own rebound, Spurgeon, and he's knocked out of bounds. Another foul by the Vikings.
Yeah, Logan Wild is going to check back in for Evan Bohr.
From where I was, that looked kind of almost like he fell out of bounds. I didn't see that foul, but
I think Cale hit his hand a little bit,
okay.
but pretty soft call.
And we see the power of Nathaniel Rodriguez again. Give him 10 for the game now.
You know, Cadillac's going to have to look at a timeout if they get a score here, or it's going to need to pick up the pace a little bit.
Baker's shot is off. Spetafor with the rebound. Back comes Petoskey. Spurgeon penetrates. He's going to get 2 free throws out of that.
Yep, Charlie's going to, is that going to be his fourth? He
That'll
just had
be
his
4
third,
on
yep.
him, yep. Nice crowd here tonight, Jason.
Yeah. You know, the student section in Cadillac seems to grow every week, and that's good to see in high school sports.
Spurgeon misses the first. As we see Crittenden checking in, McCloskey checking back in.
And Cadillac doesn't need to panic here. You know, they could only be down 10. And the way they shoot the three-pointer, they do have to have a sense of urgency on both ends of the court, but it's not a panic situation.
Baker's shot is blocked, sliding through right there. That might be fortunate for Petoskey right there that somebody stepped on the line as both of them jumped kind of out of the play there, trying to save that ball. So taking it out right here for the Vikings, Logan Wild, 6'2" junior. He finds Raphael. Raphael fakes the pass, goes to the basket, fights for the loose ball, finds Baker, and there's a 3, and there's your timeout, Jason, just the way you dialed it up.
You know, good effort by Aiden. He kind of turned it over right there, but he didn't give up on it and got the loose ball, found Tip Baker. And sometimes those are the best sets when everybody's lost a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real quick, our fourth quarter presenting sponsors are Cadillac Castings again, Cadillac Tire, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Pizza Plus, and if you'd like to be a sponsor to help out with the production of tonight's show, the number is 577-1844.
So your Cadillac, I'm thinking in my mind, I don't want Spetafor stepping to the line, even though he's only 1 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, and let's keep the ball out of Rodriguez's hand in the post.
Rodriguez, and probably I don't want Walker with it either.
You know, they'll probably come pressure him a little bit, try to get a couple steals. If the ball is dribbled at you, they probably will trap it, kind of a run and jump situation.
Sometimes those teams that play, like Petoskey does, that full court pressure defense, they don't like to be pressed themselves. So we'll see if the Vikings are able to get a quick turnover here.
And if you're Petoskey, Cadillac's already got 7 fouls. They want to be super strong with the ball. Use a timeout if they need, but don't turn it over.
And we see the Vikings come out in full court man here. Whitmore with the ball. He takes one dribble and right away he gives that up. Probably a wise thing to Walker. Walker's pretty tough with the ball.
10 seconds.
10-second call.
I think that was pretty. I'm not sure what the time was
I was
beforehand,
wondering the same thing. It seemed like a quick 10. Jason and I were not paying attention to the score clock time.
But you know, that ref right there, he does this every time, and he's very consistent about it.
Very good at this, yes. All 3 refs tonight are solid high school referees. Vikings with a chance to break this lead down a little more. Baker, he was not set with that one. Just kind of, I think he might have got hit. 47-40. Back comes Petoskey. We'll see what the Vikings do now. Are they going to put somebody on the line?
They're at least going to pressure him a little bit and maybe double team if they can right there.
There it is. Petoskey does such a great job setting, keeping the floor wide open, which allows number 5, Whitmore, penetrate and find an easy 2. Back come the Vikings. Shot was off right there. Had a good look.
He did.
Levi did.
He was on the line, but that was all right.
Yeah, it was on the line. I was wondering. My older eyes, I couldn't see it, but it looked possibly like
There's a lot of lines out there for you.
Yeah, thanks. That's Raphael. Baker's going to penetrate. He gets hit on the arm there, no call. Back comes Petoskey.
The clock isn't started.
Yeah, the clock is stuck at 1:41, everybody. Nobody in the Cadillac gym wants to say anything. Now they've caught on. The referees will blow the whistle, and they'll probably wind some time off that clock here.
Yep.
Yep. While they do that, while they discuss it anyway, the 26 Sports crew will be back here next Friday night with high school girls basketball. Coach Mack and the girls with a big 30-point win last night over Petoskey.
They're going to put more time on the clock.
Wasn't it 1:47? Did they go down 4 seconds?
It was actually 1:41, I think, that when they inbounded the ball.
Okay.
There they go, 1:35.
1:35.
6 seconds off.
1:32.
Now they're going to complain it was a 10-second call if you put that on.
Yeah. Okay, so that happens. You know, you have volunteers, scoreboard operators, and those kinds of things. They do those things. We appreciate what they do to help the games along. Vikings look to double team off that. Petoskey breaks it pretty easily. And they're going to pull it out, and they're going to say, I'm shooting a free throw or a layup.
Yep, and that's Cadillac got a little too far down in the fourth quarter here.
There comes the layup. Nice no-look pass from Whitmore to Spurgeon. Spurgeon banks it off the glass for two. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, you know, and Petoskey's really disciplined. They got a lot of ball handlers, and when it comes down to crunch time like that, it's really hard to rattle them.
So that three-pointer by Klotz might be a little too late, but, you know, you're not just playing for tonight at this point. You want Levi to get those shots. He is a solid shooter. He struggled a little bit maybe tonight from the three-point line.
And, you know, stranger things have happened. You get a couple steals, a couple threes, but Cadillac is winding down with some time here, but there's still time.
The JV game tonight was a 52-50 victory, as we saw Cole Genema put a offensive rebound back in with about a second to play to give the JVs a big win. We were able to see some pretty fun sixth grade basketball here at halftime.
They couldn't make a shot out there.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of good shots. Not too many of them went in.
Must be their coach.
Coach Main there, yep. So, inbounding right here, Walker. He's guarded by Jacob Roberts, number 5 right there.
Yep, first time Jake's in the game along with Julian Lamont.
And I'm going to guess their job right now is to foul whoever has the ball in front of you. We'll see. And maybe Baker got that, as we saw a nice double teamer in there. Jacob Roberts off the inbounds pass, flowed to that pass. Baker picks up just his first.
Yep, so Aiden Raphael checks back in for Julian Lamont. Levi Klotz is going to come back in along with Charlie Runstrom. Some offensive, defensive switching here.
That's the role playing of basketball. You know, you come out, you do your job. Box out here, and then maybe you go 2 for a 3 or 1 for a 3 right now, as we see Whitmore's first free throw attempt of the game go in. Petoskey's been pretty solid from the line after missing 2 to start the game tonight.
He misses the second one.
Vikings have a chance if they hit a 3 here to cut the lead down. Mickelson's going to pull up from a long distance. His shot is off. Runstrom. He's going to get 3 free throws out of that. It's a smart play by Charlie.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get it off, but, you know, good play.
Yep.
Drawing the foul there, and Jake Roberts, Logan Wild, and Julian Lamont are going to check back in for the Vikings.
We've got 3 subs waiting at the scorer's table here. One of them, I think, for the shooter.
They're going to have to. They usually don't let them in right now. They're going
to not until the first free throw is gone, I think. And if I'm coaching, I'm always putting one in for the shooter so that I give a chance for a stop clock for my press to set up.
Yep, slowly walk in and slowly walk out.
Yep.
That's a UP trick, isn't it?
You know, speaking of the UP, Jason, I was able to get up there last weekend for my high school, honoring my niece. My niece Lexi Gussert had her high school jersey retired by the Forest Park school system.
Now that's the only one, huh?
Only jersey in the school history at this point. We've had a fellow play in the NFL. We've had a lot of solid boys and girls basketball players, volleyball players, runners. It's a pretty athletic community. Just it was nice to get back up there. Got to see some of my old coaches from my day, people that I know. It was a good time, and congratulations to my niece Lexi on that honor. Charlie only goes 1 for 3. That's not going to help. He's going to pick up a foul after.
His 5th, I think.
And he's not happy with himself for missing those 2. He's pretty solid from the free throw line. But tonight it's been one of those games where I don't think the Vikings shot as well as they usually do, and I think a lot of that is solid Petoskey defense out there.
You know, they hit 8 3-pointers, but it doesn't feel like it. You know, it feels like they didn't really shoot a ton. I think their percentage was pretty good from the 3-point line, but they struggled with 2-point field goals. They struggled getting open looks at the basket. Petoskey played pretty well on defense tonight.
Yeah, and Petoskey beat them up on the boards.
Yep.
We see Jade Spurgeon go and drain that first one to give Petoskey 53 points with 38.1 seconds to go. And he's long on the second. Mickelson gets that rebound and brings it down the floor. He finds Raphael off a screen. Unable to get the shot off. You know, that's not Aiden's strength, is creating his own shot out there.
Yep, and he likes to catch and shoot it.
Turnover. Jump ball is turned over to Petoskey on alternating possession. The Vikings are going to sub it in again.
And they're going to get, I think, Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
Nope, Tip Baker's going to get the foul right there. And that's going to be Tip's second tonight.
And he got his last 2 here in the last minute or so.
Yep, that says a lot about Tip. He plays super hard, but he doesn't foul. And, you know, the 2 fouls he got are coming here when they're trying to foul.
So back to the line goes Whitmore. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And I jinxed him.
Yep.
Sorry, Gabe.
You didn't know you had that ability, did you?
I put the hex on him, huh? He drains that one. Petoskey by 10, back to our largest lead of the game.
It's about the 4th 3-pointer that I think Petoskey's got a hand on.
Spatafor finishes with the 2 for his night. Baker with a long 3 is going to be off, and that'll end it. The final score, 56-44. Petoskey will take this Big North battle. Jason and I will be right back, everybody, with a little post-game wrap-up here on 26 Sports and CCTV.